Yes, in the 90s, Yakovlev and Lockheed Martin had some sort of partnership going. The partnership boiled down to the Yakovlev Design Bureau getting money, and Lockmart getting to help themselves to all project documentation for the Yak 141, or Yak 41. What's a Yak 41? Just the successor to the Yak 38 Forger, also a vertical takeoff plane. Just like the Forger, it used two lifting engines in the front section of the plane, but in its tail it had one big afterburning thruster that could tilt downwards. That sounds familiar. Oh well, maybe the next update will refresh my memory.
Air units, a flight of Fulcrums has picked you up.
Are they cute?
Roger, we're pressing them now.
That's not polite.
Coming in against air target.
Lock. Ampod 1.
I've got tone. Roger.
So, yeah, this mission has a second set of primary targets. Just to fuck with people who decide to fly it on an X-35, or an F-16. You'll have to use the wingman if you do. So, what is the maximum range of the aimStrike AMRAAM in the LPI mode?
Target is at bearing 105.
Wait a minute. Turn back. Remember, there is a timer at each target waypoint. If I hit it now, I won't have to circle around waiting for it to round down like a moron. Too much.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 4.
Now we can kick some ass.
Gargoyle 2, Fox 3.
Lock.
Fuck stealth.
I've got tone.
Ampod 1.
Gargoyle 1, target's at 12 o'clock.
Look at the glowing pixels ahead. That's all of our missiles heading to rip those MiGs a new one. I wish they rendered larger.
Got him. There you go. Great, but we still got work to do.
This is a problem with emulating this game in high resolution, although most of it scales really well.
Gargoyle 1, target's at 12 o'clock. Good kill.
That last guy had like 4 missiles after him, poor bastard. Some graphics in aimStrike end up rendered as 3D geometry and do not get upscaled like sprites do. That includes the single pixels used to show distant planes and missiles. And also some HUD elements, like the vertical line of the CCIP and the automated bombing mode, and the range indicator ring for air-to-air missiles. At least those are only minor details, and the fonts and the letters do not get affected by this. I hope I didn't miss a MiG back there. There was no celebratory round of chatter after we got the last one. We'll find out soon enough.
Gargoyle 1, tell me what to do.
Why did they pick this phrase to inform me about the AI coming back? When you hear it, it's already too late. He's already changed the order.
Starburst, how about a Victor home? Target is at bearing 180. Target is at bearing 180. Cougar, new fix on the bomber flight. Roger, Starburst. We'll finish the job this time.
I beg your pardon? Is that another bomber flight to the south? Cougar is still behind me somehow, even though they didn't need to stop for MiG whacking. This mission is weird. Also, I'm starting to get a strange impression that some of the lines were not recorded for this particular scenario. There's something off. Maybe it's the repetition, maybe it's the lines not making sense in context. Oh bugger, I'm supposed to be way higher.
Ampod 1.
All group. Flanker group. Hostile.
Oh, swell. Theater info said they might have those. It's that new version of the 27 Flanker. Yeah, I know. It's not the plane that worries me. The guys that probably got flying it.
Gargoyle 1, that's not your assigned target. Check your waypoints and destination.
What about the guys flying it? Fundamentalists? I'm guessing it's a fullback flight, and they refer to that as bombers. The ones that Cougar has to deal with, but we could help. On second thought, let's leave them be. I have only 4 missiles, some will miss or overlap with wingmen, and I'm not looking forward to return fire. I should probably run a test in strike mode just to see whether the enemy can use their radar-guided missiles at all. You never know what bugs may pop up in emulation.
Cougar flight, we show you at waypoint 5.
Roger that southeast sector, starboard.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 5.
Roger.
Target is at bearing 150.
Roger that southeast sector, starboard. Just about due west at home plate now. Prepare to vector inbound, then south. It's nice that we've got a base to come home to. I told you my boys had everything under control. I wonder if they'll fly any POWs in here. I'd love to meet one of those guys.
1. There are enemy planes right behind us. 2. Why would you want to fight POWs? Maybe he means captured planes, but those are pretty pointless at the moment since the missiles are incompatible. Or perhaps 2 wants to fight former Energy Airforce members that were taken prisoner and converted to the dark side by the powers of fundamentalism. Wasn't there some kind of dumb plot point in Ace Combat 5 where there was a squadron of former enemy pilots who were given their native planes to pretend to be aggressors during exercises? And it all turned out very anime. I don't remember really, I should probably replay it, but 5 is the grindy one where you need to keep using the same plane to unlock better variants. This mission was somewhat exciting with all the targets we've got, but at the same time the downtime between the waypoints is killing me. At least we're almost at the base. I'm somewhat looking forward to the next update though. Because then we'll finally unlock the plane whose history of critical failures is longer than that of the MiG-27.
Gargoyle flight, we show you at waypoint 6. Target is at bearing 360.
Copy waypoint to home plate. We're on course. Landing checklist. Gargoyle, after you. Roger, Unicorn. Gargoyle switching to tower.
Cougar flight, we show you at waypoint 6.
Starburst, copy waypoint data.
Just a reminder that the MiG-27 was the Soviet attack plane that could lose its canopy if you fired the gun, or lose its electronic equipment if you fired the gun, or catch a combined ammo and oxygen reserve fire if you fired the gun, and the gun was its main weapon. Oh, there's the Cougar flight basking in the sunlight, and showing no intention of landing.
Tower, Gargoyle checking in.
Gargoyle, we have you in sight. Continue inbound. Report 3 miles with the gear.
Tower, Gargoyle. 3 down and locked.
Gargoyle, clear to land runway 36. Winds light and variable. Gargoyle, we have you in sight. Continue inbound.
Whoever came up with the idea of putting wind, light and variable here is a genius, because it bails the developer out of actually providing wind, or recording lines for wind reports. On the not-so-bright side, have you noticed that lately our controller has stopped reporting the bearing and the altitude of new enemy contacts? It's a bit odd after all those detailed reports in the early missions to get simply "you've been picked up by a flight of fulcrums." I know that, tell me how many, how high? I should try bombing my own base one of these days just to see whether that will give me any penalty points. There they are again. The running lights are up on the sticks, not on the ground. Oh, would you stop already? Let's cut to the chase, shall we? I have to say this bird looks pretty from some angles, in a polished tombstone kind of way. I don't know why I kept this part. The only thing worth watching was the gun kill. Looks like the missile got lost. If you watch the explosions frame by frame, you can see the moment the target gets replaced by a very low quality model that proceeds to split up in several plain-looking fragments. What was the smoke? Oh, my missile self-destructed when the target died. It's blackjack time. I need a good angle. Come on. That wasn't the perspective you see every day. Now I believe I'll cut to the second fulcrum fight very soon. Here we are. You can almost take a peek up the missile bay from here. Somebody buy this operator a tripod. That's a big swarm of missiles ahead. We're out of targets. Enough of this. Yay, more footage. Not interested. This one. Carrier start, ground landing. It's the only mission of this kind in the entire game. And our last flyable is hiding there. Also, I see our support flight is set to use Raptors. I hope the AI will be half decent with them next time.